My sister-in-law posted to her stories this morning, and it was this woman talking about um, chrysalis specifically. And that stood out to me because there's something I'm developing for a group that I co-lead, and it's based on that concept of the chrysalis. But what I want to leave you with today is that we have to shut down. And for the strong woman, the independent woman, the woman who everyone relies on, the woman who's bending over backwards, the woman who is actually sacrificing her soul on the altar of other people's comfort and other people's vision, does not realize that the change that she is looking for is not going to happen unless she enters that chrysalis. And what happens in the chrysalis? If you look at it from a scientific point of view, when the butterfly enters the chrysalis, their entire body basically melts down, right? It melts down into this ooze. And within that ooze is something called imaginal cells. Listen to that word, imaginal. These imaginal cells are what is going to reconfigure, or are what will reconfigure and then become a completely different animal, a completely different insect. So you're going basically from a bug to a butterfly. And we are so attracted to being the butterfly, right? What is the butterfly? The butterfly is the vision. The butterfly is the image, actually. That's a whole different level to it. The butterfly is the image of what you are already created and have capacity to become. But that does not happen unless you enter the chrysalis. What is the caterpillar doing inside of the chrysalis? Nothing but changing. And there is going to have to come a point in every woman's life where everything shuts down and she does nothing but allow the shift and allow the change that needs to happen in order for her to become who she was already created to be. There is no effort inside of the chrysalis. That caterpillar is not inside the chrysalis going, I'm going to become a butterfly. I'm going to become a butterfly. I'm going to become. It happens. It just happens. Everything shuts down and it is allowed. And what if some of the things that you are waiting for to see manifested in your life, some of the experiences that you want to have, some of the accomplishments that you want to see yourself walking in, will not happen unless you allow the change, unless you allow the shift. It is not always about doing, it is not always about performing. There are some things in your life that you are going to receive when you allow them. That requires stillness. And in this age where we are constantly scrolling and we are constantly trying and we are constantly viewing, we are losing our ability to be still. When I talk about those 3 daily appointments, your appointment with God, your appointment with yourself, and then your appointments with others, those are all opportunities for stillness on some level. Your stillness with God is going to renew you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, even physically. Your time with yourself, that's where you reconnect with who you truly are. And then in your time with others, there has to be stillness, or you can't be fully present with your loved ones, with the people you work for, with the people you care for, with the people you serve. Every single one of those requires a measure, of stillness, and that is practiced in a chrysalis. So if you want to see transformation in your life, it is not going to happen without stillness. And you might say, that is the last thing that I can do. I can't afford to shut down. I can't afford to be still. You can't afford not to. I hope this helps. Blessings on your journey. I'll talk to you soon.